I want to show you something I made. This, right here. This is BASECAMP. It's a devotional journal for outdoor explorers. And it's genuinely one of the most personal things I've ever created. I have put years of adventuring, faith, painting, and hiking into these pages. And today, I want to take you inside and tell you exactly why I built it the way I did. Because I didn't just want to make a pretty journal. I mean, I did want to make a pretty journal, but not just a pretty journal. I wanted to make something that would actually change the way that you experience being outside. Hey, I'm Heidi, and Joy is my middle name. This channel is all about getting outside and choosing more joy in your everyday life. More wonder, more presence, more of those moments that actually stick with you. Today I am giving you a full tour of BASECAMP and sharing the story behind why every single section actually exists. Okay, so here's where BASECAMP came from. I've been adventuring outside for years, since I was little, and then taking my kids outside as well. Hiking, exploring, camping, taking photos, and painting what I see. And for just as long, my faith has been woven into those spaces. Because for me, creation has always been where I hear God most clearly. I mean, creation to me reflects the Creator. There's something about being outside, away from the noise, surrounded by what He made. It just opens something in me that sometimes a church pew just can't. But I kept running into the same problem. The journals I would find were either purely devotional, beautiful, but designed for a quiet time inside, or purely adventure-based, like a trip log with no soul in it. Nothing existed that held both at once. So I made it. I made it for the woman who feels closest to God on the trail, for the mom who wants her family to see creation as a cathedral, for anyone who has ever stood anywhere and thought, I want to remember this, and I want to go deeper here. That's who BASECAMP is for. Okay, so let me take you inside. The journal opens with what I call the roadmap to success, which is really just my way of sitting down with you before you begin and saying, here's how I think you should use this. Here's how to use it well. Here's how to get the most out of every page. I just didn't want anybody to open this and feel lost or like they were doing it wrong. So we start here together. And from there, I take you into the prayer walk guide. This is one of my favorite sections. It's a few gentle suggestions for how to experience God in creation, how to slow down, what to look for, how to pray with your eyes open and your feet moving, and then it closes with a prayer. I just think it's important to talk to the gift giver while you're enjoying his gifts. And breathe. Do not forget to breathe. Then we get into the heart of the journal. I've created 24 adventure reflection pages. Each one is designed to help you process an outdoor experience, not just as a memory, but as a spiritual encounter. Questions like, what's on your mind before you start your adventure, and what's on your heart once the adventure has ended? Those are just a couple of ways to help you reflect on the way that God may be working on you as you're out and about. 24 pages means 24 adventures. 24 moments you'll actually remember. Now, I have to tell you about the illustrations because this is where it gets personal for me. I'm a nature illustrator. Taking photos of what I see outside is how I process the world, and then painting illustrations, often from those photographs, is one way I get to know our Creator more. I just couldn't make a journal about experiencing God in nature without putting art in it. So, throughout BASECAMP, you'll find my original watercolor illustrations. Realistic, detailed, with a touch of whimsy. The kind that makes you feel like you're almost looking at the real thing. The image and verse work together to anchor you in a moment, before or after you begin writing. They're devotional, but these could also be decorative when you've used up the journal pages. Here are some poppies. I just love how delicate the petals are, like tiny little dresses in the wind. I so enjoyed painting the goldfinch. I'm just amazed by his vibrant yellow feathers every single time. And then there's this section, which honestly might be my most unexpected favorite. Hymns for hiking. You know how sometimes you're on a trail and a song just pops in your head? Kind of rises up in you? Maybe you start humming it or singing the same phrase over and over in your head. An old hymn, a worship song, something your grandma used to sing? Well, God has always used music to minister to my heart. And outside, it's no different. So I wanted to share that. I included hymns, lyrics you can read right there on the trail, before or after. And then, next to each one is a QR code. Just scan it, and you can actually hear the hymn while you walk. Words on the page and music in your ears, right there, in the middle of creation. All of the hymns that I've chosen are some of my absolute favorites. Like In the Garden. I learned that one from my mom when I was little. It's one of her favorites, and now it's mine. And then some hymns are new to me, like All Things Bright and Beautiful, which is actually not a new hymn, but it's new to me as I was teaching my kids some hymns a few years back. I just love every stanza of that song. And then Abide With Me. It's actually kind of my theme song during this season of my life. And then finally in the back we have a few places for notes and keepsakes. I want to let you know that I've priced this journal at $37, which for a physical book with original artwork, devotional content, hymns, and 24 reflection pages, I genuinely feel it's a gift. But I also know that $37 is a real number, and you want to know if it's worth it. Here's what I'd ask you. What is it worth to you to actually remember your adventures? To go deeper in your faith outdoors, rather than just passing through beautiful places? To hand your children something that teaches them to really pay attention to what God has made. BASECAMP isn't a journal you'll use once and then put on the shelf. It's the kind of thing that becomes part of how you go outside. And if it does even one of the things that I built it to do, if it slows you down on one trail, or gives you words for one moment that may have otherwise slipped away, it is more than paid for itself, right? The link to grab yours is right below this video. Thank you for letting me share this with you today. BASECAMP is genuinely a piece of my heart, and I hope it becomes something you love and use. If you're not quite ready to grab the journal yet, just come hang out with me here. Subscribe, watch a few videos, get to know this channel and what it's all about. I think you'll feel at home. And one more thing, if you love the idea of receiving something faith-filled and beautiful in your mailbox each month, I'm working on another project I think you're really gonna love. It's still coming together, but stay close. I'll be sharing more about it real soon. The journal link is below. I hope to see you outside, and I hope BASECAMP comes with you.